Hi guys, welcome back to the Humble Gamer channel. I am the Humble Gamer and this is some more of my train sim journeys. This is the Seaside Line, which you can find from the Steam Workshop down in the description below, and I'm driving the city of Truro. This route is very much based on the sort of Great Western seaside route that you might find in Devon, that sort of area. And we start at Mícheál, which is very much a small preserved country station. It's going to take us about, I think it's about 45 minutes or so to do the whole route. But yes, so I thought, since we're driving along the seaside and it's going to be GWR themed, I thought it would be best to just pick one of the great GWR locomotives. Still, the first ever steam locomotive to reach 100 miles an hour, if debatably, depending on who you speak to. But we're ready to go. It's about 14 miles. We won't be stopping. We should just be running through stations until we get to Keeling. And away we go. But yeah, sorry for those of you who were expecting a Sodor snippets video last week, by the way. Unfortunately, the main line is still coming. Those are the next two videos I'm going to do. On TrainSim, but unfortunately the main line was not quite in the position where I was comfortable with you guys seeing it. The section that I'm doing, I need to put scenery in there. So hopefully that'll be coming out next week. If it's still not ready, I do have another Sodor snippets video lined up for you, which I hope you'll enjoy just as much. But either way, let's enjoy the city of Truro pulling away from the first station of Mícheál. Here is the map of the route, by the way. We're obviously starting all the way up here, and I'm fairly sure we hit the coast quite quickly as we'll run through stations of Wesley Bridge, Wellbridge, Southford on Sea, Redley, and finishing at Keeling. But either way, we're away now, and we need to slow down because we are going to start speeding if we're not careful until we hit the 25-mile-an-hour speed limit here. I believe this is Dovetail, not Dovetail, I believe this is Digital Traction who do this one. Or no, it's Just Trains that do this particular set, the City class, with all the Celestery carriages. The only DLC you need for this one I happen to know, the only DLC you need for this is the Riviera Line, Paignton to Exeter. Paddington. Yes, Paignton to Exeter, which I imagine a lot of you GWR fans will have. You don't need the Riviera in the 50s, although I can imagine if you're a scenario builder, those set of assets would come in very handy for this. But yes, the city of Truro is part of the GWR City class. And I have my book here, I know I do. I've sorted this whole thing out, there we are. Part of the GWR City class, of course made famous by the 100-mile-an-hour run, which I think was on a mail train, I think it was pulling, because they were originally fast express engines, these. But for those of you who perhaps aren't GWR fans like myself, or just don't know, here is the facts on the city of Truro, just there, as we watch her very gently and gracefully pull this train along this track. Yeah, mixed traffic engine. Primarily used to be, of course, big heavy express engine back in the day, but got overtaken by things like the Manors and the Halls and the Kings, so it became very much mixed traffic in the end, I think. I'm sure there's some GWR aficionados out there who will tell me otherwise, and please do if I'm wrong. But they certainly made their name on the Atlantic. Is it the Atlantic Mail train? Either way, the one that went from London to Penzance overnight mail train, and I believe that was what the city of Truro itself was pulling when it did the 100 miles an hour. Another link to Sodor, obviously. The city of Truro visited Sodor, and Gordon told everyone not to trust domeless engines, but well, they did, because it's the city of Truro. And that obviously led to Gordon losing. Well, that didn't specifically lose to lead to Gordon losing his dome. But one thing I want to say about this is just the detailing, and let me get rid of that. The detailing in the cab is really nice on this locomotive, because of course the City of Truro still exists. It is the only city class left from all of them. There are only about 10 to start with, according to this. Now, one of a series of 10 engines constructed in 1903 and named after cities. The City of Truro itself was the 2000th engine built at Swindon. It was a boat train from Plymouth to Paddington when it reached 100 miles an hour on 1904 on Wellington Bank. I believe it's currently it's either at the National Railway Museum or it's at the GWR Centre at Didcot, and I'm not sure which. I think it's in running order. I think it is. But yes, they're very fine engines when they came out. Designed by William Dean, for those of you who care about such things. So far, this seaside route has not been very close to the sea, but I'm gonna, there's gonna be time. It's a very minimalist route, but I like it. Scenery is as much as it needs to be. I know I'm speeding. All right, fine. I'll slow down. Obviously, the old road bridge just there. Mind you, I don't know how scenery. Oh, excuse me. I'm still recovering from a cough. I don't know how fully scenery this route is. And I know it's going to be 50 miles an hour through here, but you don't want to slow down. Yes, I know, 15 mph. It's 45 straight after it. Oh well, I suppose I better put the brakes on, hadn't I? So we can do this properly. I should point out, YouTube, normally, if I'm doing something like this, I will ignore the speed limit. If I'm just having a quick run, I'll literally just run along the track and enjoy the experience. So this is Wesley Bridge, the first wayside station out of Merivale, and yeah, pretty waysidey as stations go, as we just sort of roll through at 15 mph, not stopping of course. We're going all the way through to Keeling non-stop on a sort of boat train express, as it were. Oh, is it straight enough for me to try and reach 100 miles an hour? Oh, there's a couple of straight bits. Do I go for it? No. No, not yet. I'll do that as a separate video. I will do that. I will try and get to 100 miles an hour in the City of Truro, but I will do that as a separate video. Because there's a couple of TrainSim challenges. If you watch the last one, the last video I did with the clan class, someone set me a challenge of driving the clan class along the whole stretch of the Somerset and Dorset joint railway, which is something I'm very tempted to have a go at. They told me where they got stuck. I intend to try and recreate that. That's another TrainSim scenario, another TrainSim playlist waiting to happen. TrainSim challenges. If there's any other challenges you want me to do, let me know in the description below. Let me know in the comments below, and I will attempt to achieve all of your challenges. But one of them I want to do is try and get the City of Truro up to 100 miles an hour between Plymouth and Paddington. So it'll probably be between. I only got Oxford to Paddington. There's no. I don't have the Exeter to Plymouth add-on, I don't think. So I'll have to find a way of doing it. Probably between Oxford and Paddington would be just as good. See if we can recreate the 100 mile an hour run. That'll be coming out at some point. I don't know when. But yes, so TrainSim challenges are going to come along as well. But if, like I said, if you've got any challenges you want me to undertake, something you think would be difficult, not impossible, because obviously if it's like drive an 040 over the Marias Pass, over the San Bernardino Pass, probably not going to happen because the gradients there are designed for diesels. 040 is just not going to have the capability to do that. But as long as it's difficult to do, I will happily give it a go. If it's impossible, I'm not going to do it, because there's no point in trying something that's impossible, because it's impossible. I'm not going to sit here and record an impossible thing. But no, if you think it's doable and you genuinely think it's doable, I will give it a go. Let me know what challenges you want me to do. Give me a comment down below. It can either be drive a type of locomotive over a particular route, or drive a specific locomotive over a route. recreate this, recreate that, just let me know. I will certainly do my best to get all of them in at some point over the next few months. Either way, we're now heading towards Wellbridge. I'm not going to slow for the 20-mile-an-hour speed limit here unless it's looking like I desperately need to. Am I going over points? Nah, I'll be fine. So there's the slight camber on the track as we go around at 45 miles an hour. Yes, I know it's 20 mph, but I'm not going to do that. We're on an express. And this is the small town of Wellbridge. Oh, very nice. Reminds me of my Ballyhoo from my Sodor route. With the indented, the tunnelled route in. Very GWR. Very Riviera Line actually. But let's watch. Let's have a quick look at the platform before I come through. Obviously a nice village. Yeah, good stuff. Can't argue with that. And now let's watch as the city of Truro comes flying through. There she goes. Comfortably away. Oh, we get nearly. One thing I did notice, but I didn't have time to talk about, is the destroyed tunnel over here. That's very nice. I like that. It's either a destroyed tunnel or it's a tunnel that they are fixing or building. But obviously there used to be another line, the branch line through there. Where am I? Oh, I've disappeared. Way off into the distance. About half an hour away from Keeling now, about 9 miles. But of course that is down to me obeying the speed limit for the entire route. Don't plan on that. But yes, I think we're getting close to some sort of sea here. Yes, we are. This is where we get to the Seaside Line part of the route. This is lovely. This is absolutely lovely. I wish one day that they might release a patch for something to make TrainSim VR. That would be really cool to be in the, with the Oculus Rift on, have the controls, actually able to drive the engine. That would be awesome. If someone's modded it, let me know. I don't think they have. I don't think it's possible at the moment. But if anyone from Dovetail Games gets to see this, VR for TrainSim would be really cool. Although it might probably give me motion sickness. Fun story, I tried to record Minecraft VR last week and I came out in a cold sweat because I have to move so much. It just made me feel very, very ill. I've not been well anyway, so perhaps it was a bad idea to try and record it at that time. But either way, here we are on the coastline with the city of Truro. You feel like this is where this engine should be. It's what it should be doing. Car insurance curve. There must be a car insurance place, I would guess. Oh, actually, let me show you the view from inside these clerestory carriages. Carriages. They are very nicely designed, and these are the kind of carriages that the city's class would have pulled. So this is car insurance curve. It's because I've just spotted there's no car insurance advert, there's no car insurance place. So there's a load of adverts for 20% discount online on the car insurance. That was a long whistle. I didn't intend to be anywhere near that long. And Boaters Inn level crossing. I do need to whistle at this one. Here we go. Again, the camber. So where's the Boaters Inn? Let's see if we can see it, shall we? Well, there's the boats. And presumably the boaters. Where's the inn? There is no inn. Oh, I like what they've done with that, though. That's nice. I like that. Walkway up to the road. Very nice. I do like seaside routes. I really do. I think part of that, I think, comes from Thomas the Tank Engine and Sodor, because obviously they have a lot of routes by the seaside and they really romanticise it. But there is also just something that GWR about seaside routes, and well, not just the GWR. Obviously, everyone had a lot of people had their seaside route. The Southern Railway had a few coastal routes. The LMS had a couple up in North Wales. The LNER obviously had the East Coast route. So, you know, they're not, GWR aren't the only railway that had the seaside routes. They're the only ones, as far as I'm aware, that anyone built them this close. Literally, you could hop off the train onto the beach. And here we go through Longmarsh Sands. Obviously, this is highly inspired by the Riviera route and the Dawlish seafront route, as the city of Truro goes rushing through at 45 mph. Nice little holiday village. Nice little place to stay, I reckon. Good holiday traffic. Genuinely, scenario writers, this is a route to look at. Check it out in the description below. Obviously, there are bits of it that need, but there are bits of it that aren't as detailed as some routes you may have designed for, but I still think it's nice. There is, of course, the main line that runs up to a little place called Shepperton. I wonder if that's the Shepperton of Studios fame. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how based on real life this is. Obviously, it's not based entirely on real life. I don't think this is a real route, but again, this is another one of those routes that really, where everything should really look a bit more like this. But I couldn't do the whole video like that because that would be stupid. Now going under a road, the A37 underpass. Oh, does it cross us twice? Oh, someone's had an accident. That's nice. That's a nice little bit of vignette. Obviously, it's not nice that someone's had an accident, but it's a nice little bit of vignetting by the modeller there. I think that's something that a lot of modelers, both digital and real life, it's nice to have a bit of fun with your little vignettes, your little set scenes, your sort of side bits. We're not going to stop at Southford-on-Sea, though it is the junction with the main line. Are we going to stop at Southford-on-Sea? I don't know. Are we going to? Yeah, let's have a quick stop at Southford-on-Sea. We're about 5 miles away. We're about halfway through now, so close that off. Open the cylinder caps. Cocks. Cylinder caps. Talking nonsense. And then just gently apply the brake. As we come into Southford-on-Sea. We need to get below the 15 mph. I think that we're going to, not without slamming the brakes on. There's an art expo somewhere. Interesting. Little bit more acceleration as we head into the platform, just so I don't stop short. So I've got about 4.5 miles to go after this. As we pull onto Southford-on-Sea, the main line is just there. I don't know. I can't remember from the description whether this is a preserved line or whether it is designed to be a sort of real modern-day branch line. Either way, it would work as both with the way they've set the scenario. Obviously, quite modern, but note wrong with that. I don't reckon we'll all be on the platform now, so I can finally put the brakes on properly. While we have a look round Southford-on-Sea. Oh, beautifully placed, City of Truro. I did open the doors, didn't I? Yes, right, let's have a look around the town of Southford-on-Sea. Very nice. Very nice, and that of course runs up to Shepperton, which may or may not be the studio's fame. There's obviously a little goods yard over there, and Shepperton's just there, but I can't go any closer. It looks like a small village. Nice little cutting through the cliffs, and then of course you've got the route that we're taking, which will eventually take us into a tunnel, and out along the coast. I think we've got a section of tunnels coming up here. Nice little bay. Lots of boats moored up. Oh, I like that. I like that a lot. But I reckon we're done now. It's a nice little place. Yes, we are done. So, let's get moving, shall we? About 4.5 miles to go. Should be there in about 15 minutes, it says. So, but of course we won't be stopping or slowing at the other places that are in between as well. I say the other places, the other place, which is of course Redley. 4 miles. Is that enough to get to 100 miles an hour and stop? No, it's not. It's not, is it? Don't do that today. That's not what this video is for. That's a whole separate thing, in a whole separate video, in a whole separate playlist that you're going to do later. Close those cinder cocks as we make our way out of the station. Obviously you can join the main line there. We're not going to, because we're going to Keeling. Okay, and slow because you're now doing the speed limit. Get that mouse out of the picture. So we've got Southford Tunnel and Pirates Tunnel. I like Pirates Tunnel. This whoever has made this, I can't remember the developer's name right now, the modeller's name. Check it, like I said, do check it out in the description below. It's obviously put some serious thought into this. They obviously really spent some time on it. I know it's not a hyper detailed route, but a lot of these things, you don't have to have them hyper detailed. You just have to have them looking right for what you want them to be. You know, a lot of these routes are often made by people who just make a route for themselves, like my Sodor route. I'm making that for me. The fact that the fact that people share them with us, all of us in the community, is brilliant. But of course, you know, a lot of people are just modelling for themselves. And so, if you're a modeller, if it looks right to you, it looks right to you. Do it your way. There's no set way of making a model railway in real life or on this. This, however, is a lovely sight. I love the glow of the fire in the tunnel. That's beautiful. That's absolutely beautiful. Oh, lovely, lovely, lovely stuff. And it's very dark in this tunnel, very dark indeed. Get that mouse out of the way. We're about to come out of Southford Tunnel and through the very small Pirates Tunnel. Small but not unimportant. Get a quick glimpse of the sea as we come out here. Oh, very nice. And then straight back into the tunnel. I also enjoy tunnels. I do enjoy tunnels. Just seeing what people can do with them, how small they can be, what sort of terrain they can go through, all that sort of stuff. Basically, I just like railways. If the one thing you can take from all these videos on TrainSim is, I like railways. That's the one thing you can take from them. And obviously, in the other series, you can take that I like Thomas the Tank Engine. And route modelling, actually. That's something these are things you can all take from it. Basically, trains and railways, in pretty much all their forms. If you didn't know this by now, I'm sure it won't come as a shock to you. But yes, so now there's Redley. Just up ahead of us. Okay, slow it down, slow it down. 45 is, I think, quick enough for this route. Well, it's not just that I think it's good enough. I think the modeller thought it was quick enough as well, and it probably is. I mean, 45.9 is... it's 45. It counts. As we go flying along the coast. Yes, I know it's going to slow down to 20. Are we going inland again? Is that the end of the sea? Or do we come... or does the sea follow us round? Well, that's probably going to be the end of the sea, isn't it? That's a shame. Oh well. So long, coast. And here is Redley. Obviously this station serves the small village, seaside village over there. Let's get another shot of... Yes, I know I'm speeding. Another shot of City of Truro as it comes through the station. There she goes. Lovely locomotive. And really looking nice on this new computer as well. In fact, TrainSim looks nice on this new computer in general. It's flying away. I better catch up because we've not got that long left actually. Oh, it's 25 miles an hour all the way between here and the last 2.5 miles to Keeling, but I'm going to keep us at a steady rate of knots. Only about 10 minutes away now, give or take. And then we are going to be finishing our little run along the Seaside Line. I've enjoyed this run. I think it's a good route. Again, not hyper detailed, but you don't need everything to be hyper detailed. Sometimes you just want a route that does its job, and this route definitely does exactly what it says on the tin. It called itself the Seaside Line, and it's a line by the seaside. You literally cannot argue with that. Lots of potential, I think, for scenario builders. There's a couple of goods yards, obviously running along the sea. Running along the sea. Lots of passenger stuff as well. But yeah, so that was a manor house, wasn't it? Yeah. Nice place to have, not far from the seaside. And yeah, I think generally quite nice this route. Enjoyable run, very enjoyable little run. But like I said, if you are a scenario builder, this is the kind of route I think you could do a lot of stuff with. I think there's a lot of potential here, particularly with the GWR stock available. It doesn't have to be made GWR. I think it's got a very GWR feel for it. Oh, marshes. Are they marshes? Is that water? It's just reflecting weird light. Yes, it is water. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Lots of marshes as we're heading towards River Mogul Bridges. River Mogul, like it. Definite GWR flavour there. Along with Prairie Lane foot crossing. Very nice. Very nice. This is a good route. Good, enjoyable route. See, we're running a lot of... Probably I might use this as a GWR test route from now on because it just looks so nice with everything running along the seafront. There's River Mogul Bridges and Prairie Lane foot crossing, which we're about to go over. Just put a little bit of the brake on, I think. It's down to 20 inches. Because we're now heading towards the 15 mph zone. Is that... What's that one telling me? That's just telling me the whistle, isn't it? Yeah. As we head now into Keeling. Slightly bigger place, I think. This actually reminds me a little bit of the opening of the beginning of the Severn Valley Railway run, which I believe they're still working on for TrainSim. I don't know. Anyone who's got any information on that, please do let me know, because obviously it's set around my original hometown of Kidderminster, and I would like to play it. I'm not sure. I don't think I had all the DLC that's required for it at time when I checked when the beta came out. Because obviously it was a beta test that you could download, but I don't think I had all the stuff for it. Here we are heading into the station of Keeling now. In fact, it's literally round the corner. And yes, so that brings our short run to a close. It was about what was it, 14 miles or something like that. It's taken us give or take half an hour. Obviously, I didn't slow down for all the speed restrictions or stop at any other stations apart from Southford. But yeah, so that's a nice little run, that. As we have a quick look at the town of Keeling while I put the actual brakes on, so we can stop in the platform. Nice town, nice route, nice. There's nothing more I can say about that. It's a very nice route, and it totally suited this mammoth of the GWR railway history, the city of Truro. Totally suited it. And I'm very glad that you guys could join me on that. So, if you have enjoyed what you've seen, please do check out the route in the description below. Also, there's some third-party developers. I'm pretty sure Just Trains, who made the City of Truro model, and the coaches are down there as well. If they're not, I'll put them in. They're in the description below as well for third-party developers that I particularly enjoy. Also, check out the annotations on the end screen, which will be both for the rest of this playlist and my Sodor Snippets series. Thank you so much for watching. I was me, that was the Seaside Line on TrainSim 2018. Goodbye, guys. I've said it many times in these videos. These models are really, really, really lovely, and the cabs are beautiful. It does make you feel like you're actually inside the engines.
We are not gaining speed. No matter what I do, I put sand in, I don't get it. I just don't get it. Oh, that helps. The handbrake was off. Suddenly everything is explained. I told you I'm not a very good driver on this game.